A lot of people are very excited about this new trailer. I believe it's the second trailer for Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. A lot of people have been praising. I have not seen it myself, and so I'm very curious. I really liked the first trailer that we watched a couple months back. Give you guys some context. You know, I am a Mad Max fan. You know, I really like the original trilogy. I mean, Road Warrior is my favorite, but I also like the first Mad Max, and I like Thunderdome quite a bit as well. And I also really enjoyed Fury Road. And one of my favorite things about that film, other than of course the action, the color palette, and all that, the pacing, was Charlize Theron as Furiosa. I mean, she was the main character of that movie, honestly. I mean, personally, I think the weakest element of Mad Max Fury Road was Tom Hardy as Mad Max. He kind of is barely a character in that film. He kind of just hitched a ride in that movie. And so I'm honestly not surprised that George Miller, of course, is the director of all these Mad Max movies, and of course is directing this film. He kind of gravitated towards that character more and wants to, do a story, another story with that character. Although not obviously bringing back Charlize Theron or Tom Hardy. I feel like he had a really bad experience working on that film with both of them. So he's like, you know what? I want to keep doing this, but I'm going to recast. And we have Anya Taylor-Joy, and I imagine several other actresses who were playing her at various ages throughout this film. So, I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of my most anticipated movies for 2024. So let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. I'll come back with my thoughts. You come back with your thoughts, and we'll have a nice conversation.
Furiosa! We've come too far.
He said peach. Can eat a peach for hours, Jack. Ah! It's crazy to see like a forest.
Furiosa! They took Furiosa!
Come back here, goddammit! Ah! He fell. That's funny.
As a child, my world was forever changed.
And big fucking eyes.
Magnificent.
His eyes are huge.
And he took it all from me.
Oh, this is Chris Hemsworth.
Who do we have here?
She's from a place of abundance. This is our destiny.
My childhood. My mother. I want them back. I want them back.
Whatever you have to do. However long it takes. Promise you'll find your way home. Protect the green place.
It's time to take what's rightfully ours! Ready? Steady! Go! Where are you going? So full of hope! There is no hope!
If you find him, he's mine.
There will always be war, but to get home, Furiosa
War boys!
fought the world.
Remember me.
Witness! Is that Charlize Theron narrating? Is that Anya Taylor-Joy? I couldn't tell at some points. I couldn't tell if that was her, or if that was Charlize Theron, or that was Anya Taylor-Joy. First of all, I'm really liking Chris Hemsworth in this. You know, I can't really think of too many films where he's played a villain, but he seems to be like really enjoying himself. I really like it. He's got all that prosthetic makeup on, like his nose looks a little bit bigger. I'm really liking his character so far. I mean, I like it when the Mad Max villains have like a lot of personality, right? They need to be like at a 10 or an 11, right? And so everything I'm seeing with him looks really good. I mean, I'm Anya Taylor-Joy is one of the best actresses, working right now, and the best young actresses, in film, in my opinion. Made some great films over the last decade or so. It's always great seeing her. I think she is, as much as I really like Charlize Theron, in the role of Furiosa, who was also an amazing actress. I was like, okay, if you're gonna do a prequel story, you're gonna cover this. Okay, I don't mind that casting choice. It's also cool that we're seeing some of younger versions of some of the other iconic characters from Fury Road, like Immortan Joe. I think we saw also some of the other warlords. There too. I think we saw the one guy who's like a cannibal whose nose is missing. We saw that guy. He wears a business suit, so he's there. It looks really cool. There are some of the action I'm really digging. The one thing I have to say is there is definitely, and this is very much the case also for Fury Road. There's a lot, but this one I think especially, there's a lot of CGI in here. There's a lot of CGI in here, and there's a lot of green screen. I can tell when it's CGI and it's green screen. And that's the one thing that's kind of like, okay, And I imagine the reason as to why George Miller's probably leaning towards that is because, those original shoots for those Mad Max movies were so difficult. And they had to fight against the elements. And also because Fury Road's, principal photography was like a living hell. It went way over budget. It was very difficult, especially, working with Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, who did not like each other. So maybe that's why they're not shooting as much on location. They are using a lot of greens. That's the one thing I'm just like, I'm a little bothered by. I kind of want to see all of it, but it is standing out to me. It just looks a little off. But I still think it's a really good trailer. I really like the personality in it. Chris Hemsworth, to me, is like the standout. He looks like he's just having a blast here. But what about you guys? What do you think of the Furiosa trailer? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this. Let's see. The Mario Kart we deserve. Yes. I like that. They do sound kind of similar when they do both the same. Yeah, I was like, is that her? Her voice is just... The thing is, so is that Anya Taylor-Joy doing the voiceover? Her voice just sounds so deep. It sounds so... she's doing a great Charlize Theron impression. It's like, I'm like, tricked me, fooled me. I was like, is that her? Mario Kart we deserve like that. Back to the Royale might be the only other movie I've seen him where he plays a villain. Gotcha. Trailblazer, some of the CGI looks a little funny. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Right, I'm not the only one. Like when she's running on top of that dune, it just looks strange. Yeah, there's that one shot too where she's like she's on like a sand dune, and Chris Hemsworth's looking at her, and it's like that is a green screen behind her. There's no question. Let's see. The one guy who played the Orson Welles in Mank. Oh, that's him. Who's playing a young Immortan Joe? Charlize Theron is doing those old guard and Fast Furious movies now. I know, right? She wants that money. Easy paycheck. Yeah, it's a little funky looking in places. Yeah, which is funny because you can barely tell the CGI in Fury Road. There are some shots where it's like, yeah, that's CGI. Now sometimes the CGI I think is handled well in Fury Road. I will say that, like during the whole tornado, storm scene. I thought that was pretty cool visually. But then there's some shots where it's like, okay, that's obviously CGI. Almost like it's 3D. I remember like the ending crash scene when the wheel comes at us, and I was like, But this one is much more obvious. They had to shoot on a different continent because the place they wanted to shoot flooded. So that's why it took a while for a follow-up. Let's see. Like this better than the last trailer. I'm excited. No, I think I like this trailer more too. But yeah, that's my one big criticism. This movie was the movie with Idris Elba. Oh yeah, that fucking genie movie. Yeah. This and Garfield are coming out the same day. Move over Barbenheimer for Furiosa. Or Furiosa Field. I kind of like that. I kind of like Furiosa Field. No, he's playing another guy who looks like he's trying to kill Furiosa in her sleep. Oh, who? It's the Queen's Gambit versus Big Nose Thor. Yeah, apparently they were doing Old Guard 2, but I don't know what happened to that. Oh. Sorry, a shot of her Dodger Fire looks weird to me. Oh, yeah, it's definitely CGI. Yeah. But yeah, this looks it looks fun. The effects may still not be finished. True. That's true. Because the movie comes out in, May? Love Hemsworth's accent. I like his accent in this, too. Like, he's Australian, but he's it's kind of like an odd Australian accent. Right? It's not his natural voice. It's probably, I bet it's probably like a certain type of Australian accent that we don't, hear too often. It's like in this location, like people sound like this in Sydney and people sound like this over here. You know, it's like one of those. Let me look up Furiosa. A Mad Max Saga. I want to make sure, man, budget $230 million. Wow, fuck. Oh my god, that's expensive. Holy shit. Wow. Let's see. $230 million. Is that more than the original? Let me see here. May. It's coming out in May. May 23rd. May 24th in the United States. But in Australia, one day early, as it should be. I get it. This is crazy. It's nearly 10 years after the first film. Man, like the original budget was estimated between 150 to 185. And they definitely, you know, like I understand why it went up to 185 because of all the issues they had. But $230 million. Wow, I'm kind of surprised by that. But yeah, no, I mean, I like the trailer. I like what I'm seeing from Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. Looks like they got some really fun, cool action scenes. But I have to admit, the CGI is kind of turning me off a little bit. I'm a little skeptical of that. Looks a little rough. Sometimes it looks really good, and sometimes it doesn't. And so, hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. Oh, it's a really big budget. That's the thing. I was shocked that this is like, we're going to make a $230 million Mad Max. It's not even Mad Max. It's a spinoff movie. I'd be like, I don't know. We'll see. Because even then, like, people forget, like, the original Fury Road wasn't like this huge runaway box office smash. Like, it made a little bit of, it made, like, did it make a profit? Let me see here. It wasn't huge. Made $380 million. That's the crazy thing about that movie. The movie was, I mean, not disputing its critical success, obviously, but in terms of its commercial success, it just wasn't nearly as. It just, you know, I'm surprised that they would go ahead and we'll add another $100 million on top. It's like what? Okay, all right. Good luck to you. We'll see. I think some of us are kind of mad on the Ackland Star Wars Joe because when you compare it to the Dune movies, you're like, whatever. Yeah, no. I think I even brought up Dune in my initial trailer reaction, saying that, you know, I mean, that's just doing epic sci-fi better than Star Wars right now. You know, for the most part. Andor, I think, is the exception. But in terms of the other stuff, yeah. Yes. Furiosa will do well. I think, I don't know. I'm very curious to see how it's going to do. Like, I'm just kind of blown away by that budget. That's kind of fucking insane to me. $230 million. All right, good luck. Also, Age of Ultron was still out during that time Fury was coming out. Oh, was it? They gave George Miller these huge budgets, and I don't get it. I thank them for 1,000 years of longing, but that was a financial, big flop. Juicy, get your fellow Chris's between Furiosa and Garba. I know. Throw flaming dump trucks of money at it. That'll fix it. There we go. It's fine. It'll work itself out. Yeah, we'll see. Well, you know, I do think who knows? I said, like, I think we're going to enter an era, Chad, where we're going to see the return of maybe the mid-tier movie. You know, we're going to get a lot of, like, mid-tier blockbusters, but fuck what I know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious to see that. I just don't know why you're going to greenlight. Like, I'm sure that Mad Max Fury Road also made a good chunk of change on VOD, people buying Blu-rays and things, you know, then the licenses, all that, you know, having on this platform, that platform, whatever, of course. But I don't know. It's like, if I was, you know, head of a studio, go like, okay, like, yes, let's continue this franchise on. Just spin off Furiosa. She was a really good character. Let's do it. But we're gonna throw nearly $100 million at it, even though the highest grossing film in the franchise. Oh, I guess technically Mad Max is the first Mad Max is technically the most commercially successful film of the franchise, because they made that for like a nickel. For people that don't know, the original Mad Max back in 1979 I think it's actually considered to be like one of the biggest financial hits in Australian history, just in film history, chat. So yeah, so the original Mad Max had an estimated budget between $350,000 to $400,000, right? And it made $100 million worldwide. And so in terms of true in terms of true commercial successes, the first Mad Max, I think, is the most successful film in the franchise. Let me see Road Warrior, which is my favorite, which I think is a lot of people's favorite. And still a success. Still a big success. Budget 4.5. Box office, 36 million. But not nearly as much, obviously, as the original. But still made a good profit, a very good profit. And then you had Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, which I'm actually curious what the box office was of this. I don't know. And it still made a profit, but, budget 10 million, box office 36 million. Right? Man, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see Furiosa. I hope it's good. I hope it does well. But I don't know about that fucking budget. Hamilton Burger, good to see you. Hope you're doing very well. Welcome. Yeah, huge commercial success with the first Mad Max. Yeah, I think it is the most successful film commercially. It's the most successful film of the franchise. There's no question about it. Oh Lord! I know the strike caused a bunch. Oh yeah. I think you're right, Dill Murray. I think it's probably because they had to keep people on retainer, had to do all that, had to keep. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I think you're right. I think that's probably one of the big reasons why I went up. If it's not that, then it was shot during COVID as well. Oh, there you go. All those COVID shoots. They just escalated the budgets. Yeah. Why did the box office grew so much? It's a good question. It's a good question, Sirius Buck. I don't know. I have to look into that. Furo didn't make as much because it came out the same week as Pitch Perfect 2, which was a more accessible audience than Mad Max. The first one was popular. I forgot about Pitch Perfect. There you go. So we'll see. Probably more than Madam Web. Probably. Yes, I think it'll make. Will it make more money than Madam Web? Yes. I think it will. But I think the concern is like, will it actually make a profit though? We'll see. Because to make because you got to factor in, you got to double the budget, and then you also have to factor in the marketing for the movie, which is usually, a lot. A lot of money too. So it's gonna need like what? 600 million to break even? 500, 600 million to break even, if that? Oh yeah. Where no previous Mad Max movie has ever, with Mad fucking Max, it's never done it. So yeah, marketing is usually like half the budget. So let's be. I'll be kind. I'll say $100 million for the marketing of the movie. And so altogether, you have $330 million. So double that. So you need to make, oh my God, you're going to need to make $660 million to break even. Good fucking luck. Good luck. Maybe it'll do it, but I don't know. We'll find out. Hope it's great, though. I hope the movie, even if it's a flop, I hope the movie itself is very good. It might be the last Mad Max thing we ever see. Probably from George Miller. Not to say that they won't do more Mad Max stuff in the future. If they do, it'll be certainly less expensive, which I wouldn't actually mind. But this is probably going to be the last thing we see from George Miller in terms of Mad Max content.